Welcome back. Distracted driving in Texas is a big problem. In fact, one of every 6 crashes on the roadways is blamed on distracted driving. That's according to TxDOT. Meanwhile, all new this morning, we're focusing on new safety measures going up near Johnson High School. And joining us this morning is Melinda Cox. She's founded the school PTSA Smart Driving Club, and also Samantha Velez, who's a senior at Johnson. Good morning to you, ladies. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning.
I know it's early, so thank you.
That's all right.
Melinda, let's start with you because let's start with the problem itself, distracted driving. I know this has been a cause near and dear to you that you've been advocating and fighting for a long time. So how bad of it is it a problem here in Bexar County?
Well, you're right. I have been fighting, started the club in 2012, but it's a continuing problem. Bexar County leads the state. In 2022, led the state in distracted driving crashes. With that, also overall throughout the entire state, distracted driving crashes have gone up 17%. So we're moving in the wrong direction, not in the right direction. And it's a 24/7 problem. This isn't something that happens, on certain days of the week. It happens every single day, all throughout the day. And especially for some reason in San Antonio and Bexar County, it's a chronic issue.
It definitely is. And so part of the reason we're discussing this morning is these new changes coming to Johnson High School. So has Johnson been a problem? I mean, you're a senior there, so you've been there for quite some time. I mean, how bad of an issue is it there with crashes in terms of near the high school?
Crashes is almost every day you see something happening and all of that, especially with the school zones. You don't know where the school is ending and all of that. So I think there is a big safety measurement that has to be taken care of, definitely.
Right, and so with that, Melinda, we've got these new safety measures going up that you've been working in terms of the city and the county. So what are we talking about?
Well, so Johnson High School sits in a very unique spot because one side of our road is county and the other side is city. So we're kind of right in the middle. So Bulverde Road, at any given time turning into the school, there's almost 3,000 cars that go in and out of the school each day. There's over 20,000 cars that go past the school every day. But we have a tiny, tiny little school zone sign. I mean, I've been at Johnson for 14 years. I forget where the school zone starts and ends. So it's been an issue for many, many years. And you have that much traffic going through there. But it's an odd spot because we're in the city, but we're also in the county. So basically, we've been working on this for the last 5 years, trying to get these flashing school zone beacons there on Bulverde. We've had lots of parents and drivers complain because lots of tickets are written right there. But we finally were able to get funding from the city in order to get we have 3 school zone lights going up, 2 on Bulverde and 1 on TPC, but because that's a county road, the county has to install and maintain the flashing school zone beacons. So we've got the funds that was approved in an agenda item last week, so now we're just waiting for the county to secure the parts and start the installation process.
At least that's a step in the right direction.
Yes, absolutely.
And I know that your work isn't locally.
Right.
I mean, you recently went to Austin. I mean, you're really trying to make this go statewide in terms of bringing changes. What can you tell us about legislation that you're trying to see changed or added?
Yes, this is not just a Johnson issue. So my club students work, of course, on campus, but we work throughout the city, wherever we can go, just to remind drivers to make safe choices behind the wheel. And part of that advocacy work is also down at the Capitol. So there was safe driving legislation that was filed again in this session, and we went down to the state Capitol, took a charter bus. This was provided to us from our local councilman, Courage, and almost 30 students went down, and we basically walked the halls of the state capitol, knocked on doors, talked to legislators and our representatives, just encouraging them to do the right thing for everybody, regardless of where you live or what district you're in, because this is a statewide problem. We all drive the roads, and so we just went down there to advocate for them to give this bill, SB 41, in the Senate a hearing. That did not happen. We did not get a hearing in the Senate, and we did not get a hearing in the House. So this is just something we'll have to continue to work on, because this isn't about one area over another area. It's about the entire state of Texas. And we have to have that legislative piece in order to get the law enforcement piece and then to get the educational piece. So you need all 3 of those things together. It makes no difference just to have a law if it's not being enforced and people don't know about it. So it's kind of a 3-step process, and that's what my students do. They're empowered advocates. They know they have the right to be safe on the road. So as we've done with the collaboration between the city and the county for the school zone lights, we're trying to get the state to collaborate with us to help make the road safer.
Makes total sense. You know, what a great experience too, you know, for you as well, Samantha. Samantha, Melinda, thank you so much for waking up with us and sharing the insight on the important work that you all are doing. So thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you
Thank
for the
you.
opportunity. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.